On June 11, 2026, a South Korean American woman stood on a stage in Mexico City in front of 1 billion watching eyes and sang the official anthem of the FIFA World Cup. Her name is EJAE, and unless you're deep in K-pop, you still don't know who she is. That changes right now. If you know EJAE at all, it's probably from KPop Demon Hunters, the Netflix animated film that broke every record, most watched animated film in Netflix history. 4 songs simultaneously in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10. EJAE was the singing voice of Rumi, the film's lead character. She also co-wrote most of the soundtrack, including Golden, the song that has become, effectively, a vocal flex test across K-pop. Every major idol who covers it is saying one thing: I can hit that final note. But here's what most people miss. Before the film, before the FIFA stage, before anyone outside SM Entertainment's back offices had heard the name EJAE, she was writing the songs your favorite K-pop groups were performing, while they took the stage, while she stayed invisible. This is the story of a decade spent in the dark and the anthem that pulled her into the light. Her real name is Kim Yoon-jae. She was born in Seoul, and by the time she was 11 years old, she was inside the most powerful machine in K-pop, SM Entertainment, the label that built Girls' Generation, Trainee, EXO, Red Velvet, aespa. If you know K-pop, you know what it means to be chosen by SM. She spent a decade there, 10 years, every day. Vocals, dance, performance, stage presence, the mechanics of making a 3-minute song translate into choreography, a music video, a live moment. She was considered for group debuts, considered for solo tracks, and she was learning something that most idol trainees never fully absorb: the difference between performing a song and building one. I learned to think about how a song might translate into choreography or a music video, she told the Korea Herald. That perspective has shaped my songwriting ever since. Then she aged out of the trainee system in 2011. No debut. After a decade. Gone. She left Seoul and enrolled at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. It wasn't a random choice. Entertainment was in her blood. Her grandfather was Shin Young-kyun, one of Korea's most celebrated screen actors, a man who appeared in hundreds of Korean films across 6 decades. She could have walked away from music entirely. The system had rejected her. She'd given 10 years and had nothing to show for it publicly. Instead, she picked up a pen. In 2017, EJAE was at an SM Entertainment songwriting camp, not as a trainee, as a writer. Back inside the building that had dropped her, but on different terms this time. She got into an argument with her long-distance fiancé, and she sat down, and she turned that argument into a song. That song became Red Velvet's Psycho. Released in December 2019 as the lead single for the Reeve Festival, Finale Psycho won Song of the Year at the Gaon Chart Music Awards. It earned Red Velvet their first Melon Music Award nomination for Song of the Year, their first MTV VMA nomination for Best K-pop, eventually certified platinum in Korea. EJAE's name wasn't on the poster, but her heartbreak was in every note. She kept writing. aespa's Drama, aespa's Armageddon, SSERAFIM's So Cynical, Bottom, Twice's Last Waltz, NMIXX OO and Dice, hit after hit after hit, year after year, and near total anonymity outside the industry. Then in 2020, Sony and Netflix came to her with a film, an animated story about a K-pop girl group who fought demons. They needed someone who understood K-pop from the inside, not just the sound, the soul of it. EJAE joined the project before it had a green light. She spent the next 4 years building the music that would become the emotional core of KPop Demon Hunters. Some sequences took 60 demo versions. One track survived that full gauntlet, the Blackpink-inspired opener, How It's Done. The director would outline a scene's mood. EJAE would write the melody, the lyrics, the harmonies. She stood in as voice reference for the male idol characters during demos. Director Maggie Kang wrote on X, EJAE is the heart and soul of Hunter/X. She has been working on the movie since 2019. Her demos helped get us the green light. And then Rumi, the lead character, needed a voice with a lower register than her bandmates, the kind of voice that had been training since she was 11 years old. The decade in the dark had been the preparation. Here's the thing about EJAE's obsession factor. It doesn't just come from the film, it comes from what the film revealed about what was always there. Golden is the most vocally demanding song on the KPop Demon Hunters soundtrack. It ends on a sustained high belt that has become, across K-pop, a flex test. IVE's Yoojin, ILY, a Pink's Yoonji, Super Junior's Ryewook, first generation idol Bada, from SES. Every major artist who covers it is making a statement. EJAE herself responded to SES Bada's cover on social media, writing, "I've been so impressed by how each artist interprets the song in their own way." She wrote it from pain. "Being perfect is such a big thing while training," she told Billboard. "That heartbreak I felt, me not aligning and getting dropped, I brought that into the lyrics and my performance." The song that came from being dropped became the song every idol in K-pop wants to prove they can sing. If you're building a playlist around this soundtrack, the whole KPop Demon Hunters album rewards your best headphones. ASOS has a great range of audio gear and accessories that are worth checking out. Link is in the description below. And then, June 11th, 2026, the FIFA World Cup opening ceremony, Mexico City, EJAE walked onto one of the largest stages on Earth alongside Andrea Bocelli and David Guetta to perform DNA, the anthem she had co-written. The global audience was measured in billions. A Reddit user said it perfectly, going from stage fright before Fallon to performing a song she co-wrote at the World Cup in front of a huge audience and absolutely crushing it. She'd had stage fright before The Tonight Show. That was the before. The FIFA World Cup was the after. That's the obsession factor, not just the talent, the arc. So here's the question I want you to think about, and I want to see it in the comments. EJAE spent a decade as one of K-pop's most powerful invisible forces. She wrote the songs that launched careers. She stayed behind the scenes, some of that by design, some of it by circumstance. And then KPop Demon Hunters pulled her into the light. Here's the question. Was the decade of invisibility a waste, or was it exactly what she needed? One argument, she lost 10 years of credit, 10 years of recognition, 10 years of her own story being told. Those Gaon Awards should have had her name on the stage. The Psycho MV should have featured her. The other argument, every one of those invisible years taught her something a debut never would have. She learned K-pop from the inside. The choreography thinking, the production thinking, the emotional architecture of a song that has to become a live moment. When KPop Demon Hunters needed someone to build a fictional K-pop universe that felt real, she was the only person alive who could have done it. Waste of 10 years. Or the exact training she needed? Drop your answer below. I'll be in the comments. If you made it this far, subscribe. We drop stories like this every week. Follow at Stardom on Instagram and TikTok. See you in the next one.